Welcome back to the second episode of this story. Hope you will like it. Jungkook returned from the meeting the next day morning to see Yoongi waiting in his cabin. His mother had asked him to take a day off, but he had refused. Jungkook had long back learned to efficiently separate his personal and professional lives, whatever he was going through in his personal space. The moment he stepped into his office, his 100% focus was on his work, and he needed that today. A look at Young's face showed that something was off. There is a small portion with the accident yesterday. Yoongi started hesitatingly. What? You couldn't find the boys? Jungkook asked. No, I took care of them. It's the biker. We had negotiated an amount with him, but he will retract the case only if you acknowledge in person that the mistake was yours. Jungkook raised an eyebrow. I should apologize. Jungkook had an angry face. Acknowledge, Yoongi replied. What is the difference? Well, he said acknowledge. Yoongi shrugged sleeplessly. Pay him a few bucks extra. Jungkook shrugged. You think I didn't try that? He is too stubborn, Yoongi replied. Then give him something else or let him file a complaint. We will crush him in the court. He snapped. Jungkook. As much as I would like to do that, this is such a small thing to go onto all that effort. Plus the guy has the video one uploaded, and you will have trolls coming for you on the social media. There is no dearth of people who would jump at the opportunity to drag you through the dirt. Look, all you have to do is just come for the meeting with him, nod your head and go. I will do the talking, Yoongi said. Pay him how much ever he wants, Young. And if that doesn't work, I am sure you have other ways to get things done, Young. Jungkook said, getting stubborn. Any other time, I wouldn't be asking you, but right now, when you are in the middle of a chance to talk, we can't take the risk. We don't want your image to damage, even if it is something too small as this. I can't believe this. Jungkook shook his head in disgust. Jungkook, please listen to me. Just one meeting with the guy and we can end this there. And after the talk, I will deal with him however you want to. Yogi promised. Jungkook flew an air of exasperation and scrawled in anger. He should have thrown a few punches on that cute baby face. Wait, what? His brows deepened in this time in confusion. Youngie looked at the frying Jungkook and quietly slipped away. He was revealed that in the chaos of this accident, his boss friend, a brother, had forgotten to ask the details about Mia's boyfriend. Youngie didn't want to add more to the long list of sons he had to his name. Taehyung looked around the conference room. He was ushered onto. There were 4 men already seated around the table. John Jungkook, his assistant, an old man, and another man who introduced himself as the as form of legal team. It seems like all of them were having a competition on who would glare at him the finest. He rubbed his palm anxiously as he took the seat. So, Mr. Kim, you have to sign a non-disclosure statement. Session is recorded. Video. Any objections? Taehyung tried his best to focus on what the lawyer was saying. However, it is impossible to do so because even without looking at, he could literally feel the two eyes of Jian Jungkook pouring onto every single cell of Taehyung's body. If looks could kill, Kim Taehyung would have been dead. Mr. Kim, Mr. Kim? Yes, sorry. Taehyung snapped back. What do you want my client to do? Taehyung cleared his throat. He knew he shouldn't let himself be intimidated. I would like your client to acknowledge that the accident was his mistake and apologize for the drama he caused on the road. If this was a scene in a comic book, red smoke would have been coming out of Jungkook's ear. We are paying you enough, Mr. Kim, Yoongi interjected. You are paying me to retract the police complaint and to delete the video of your boss, but he also insulted my dignity, not to mention the physical assault, and for that I want an apology. Taehyung jumped in his seat as Jungkook suddenly stood up, pushing his chair back. Rashly, with long strides, he walked towards the other side of the table, placing his hand on either side of Taehyung's chair. Jungkook backed down. Taehyung could feel a shiver go through his spine, though he wasn't sure if that was because of fear or the proximity of Jungkook's handsome face. He didn't want to show the jitters in his heart, so he stared back hard at those glaring eyes. He bit his lips and fell back on the chair. As Jungkook leaned in, they could feel the man's breath on his face and the smell of musk in air. Mr. Kim, Jungkook called in a harsh tone, don't you dare to act all righteous. It is clear that you lost the right to talk about dignity the moment you decided to take the compensation for your silence. So shut the freak up, take the money offered to you and leave. You can take this as a warning or a threat. Jungkook stood up, straightened his tie and left the room. Taehyung turned around and looked at Yoongi. Well, you got it then, Yoongi said. What? You call that an apology? Taehyung asked incredulously. This is the best you are going to get, Mr. Kim, Yoongi said again. What the heck are you? I will apologize. The old man, who had been a mute spectre of proceedings until then, suddenly said, his eyes focused on Taehyung. That is when Taehyung got to look. Good look of old man's face. Silly. Is that Jian Ji-won? Yoongi jumped up as the old man stood up. He might be retired, but even today, the senior Jian commanded a certain power in the office that even Jungkook did not have, which is why when he called and asked about the accident, Yoongi had to be honest with him and couldn't oppose when Mr. Jian insisted to be in the meeting. Though Yoongi knew he was in trouble when he saw Jungkook scroll at him on seeing his father in the room. Kim Taehyung, right? Can I call you Taehyung? I am Jungkook's father and I apologize for my son's behavior. I hope you will be kind enough to accept the apology and close this chapter here. It was evident where Jungkook got his looks from, but in contrast to his son's, an elder man's face radiating warmth and earnestness. Taehyung up and nodded. It was a moment before he got his voice back. Thank you, sir. I really appreciate it. You wouldn't have any trouble from my side. Taehyung was about to take leave when he turned back and added, sir, as your son said, I know taking money is not the most horrible Most honorable thing to do, but please believe me, it is for a good cause. They felt his voice cracked with emotion. Mr. Jian nodded to Taehyung and they quickly left the room. Youngie let go of the breath he had been holding since Mr. Jian spoke. He made a mental tone note to visit his doctor for a cardio checkup. Mr. Jian, however, had a small smile playing on his lips with a kind of expression experience he had in his life and with people. There is always a premonition of things that are about to happen. Jungkook, his mother waved her hand in front of his face. You are zooming out again. They were at breakfast table, but Jungkook's mind kept wandering to yesterday's proceedings. In fact, he was feeling little pretty smug about his meeting with the biker boy. Jungkook had shown Taehyung his place. He could see Taehyung scared as Jungkook leaned closer. The vision of those soft brown eyes, the slight quill of pulpy lips, and the bite of the corner of the mouth. The guy was scared silly, alright. Jungkook sneered, thinking about it, which he quickly disgusted as a cough. Jungkook, his mother called out again. Jungkook looked up. I know you are thinking about me. I know that it is easier to say than done. But please stop worrying about it, son. She doesn't deserve you. Force yourself to think about something else when thoughts about her come to your mind. It will take time, but you will heal. Jungkook, trust me. Jungkook stared at her mother in surprise. A realization just flashed through his mind. He had not thought of Mia even once since yesterday morning. It was a bright Monday morning when Yoongi walked in to see Taehyung waiting for him in front of the office. Yoongi growled inwardly. This was how it always happens. They kept wanting more. Yoongi was hoping that Taehyung would be different. Looks like he was wrong, and now he will have to use other method to neutralize any threats against Jungkook. Good morning, Mr. Kim. What brings you here? Asked Yoongi. Good morning. You can call me Taehyung, and I want to meet Jungkook. I mean, Mr. Jian. They said. He is busy, Taehyung. You can tell me what the matter is. I will convey to him, or we can talk to find an amicable solution. It's something personal. Can you please give me 5 minutes? That's all I need. I am sorry he is not free today, so you can either tell me or what the matter is, or I will check with Mr. Jian if he can schedule an appointment later with this week for you, but I can't make any promise. Jungkook was walking to his office from the elevator when he saw him walk out of Yoongi's office. For a moment, Jungkook wondered if he was dreaming. He had been doing that a lot today. Just yesterday, he dreamed that he was riding on a backseat of a bike with a guy wearing pink helmet. What was more horrifying, he was wearing one too. Jungkook shuddered as he remembered that scene. Taehyung was halfway down the stairs when he heard his name being called out from above. He looked up to see a fainting Yoongi calling him to up. He was then taken to Mr. Jeon Jungkook's office. Taehyung gasped as he entered the room. The space seemed endless. Jungkook's ivory-colored chair and table were in the middle of the room. The place is something Taehyung has ever seen. Behind him, through the floor-length glass window was in the towering skyline of Seoul. A bookshelf covered one wall, in front of which was a luxurious brown leather sofa and a karaoke table. Huge mirror A huge mirror hangs on the wall. After taking in a 360-degree view of the room, his eyes fell on Jungkook. The man looked like a king sitting on the ivory throne. Have a seat, Mr. Kim. Or do you have a plan to spend your 5 minutes time staring at my room? Jungkook asked. Sorry, Taehyung mumbled as he took a seat. Taehyung considered himself a very confident person. He never got ruffled, especially in front of the display of wealth or power. But for some reason, he felt nervous at the moment. Maybe it was the room, or maybe it was just he was about to ask Jungkook, are you planning to speak anytime soon, Mr. Kim? Will you go out with me? Taehyung blurted. To be continued. Everyone, what do you think? Why Taehyung asked this and what is in his mind? We will figure it out in the next episode. Till then, take care of yourself. Bye bye. Bye.